Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our last community board report is Waihoro Spreydon-Cashmere Community Board with Carolyn Potter in attendance. Thank you.
Kia ora tātou. I too thought about staff last night. We had our Christmas party and the staff did a wonderful job preparing for it, including Faye Collins making her usual brilliant cake, and then as we walked out and went home, the staff were clearing up after us. They do stuff behind the scenes that the public never hears about. And in the light of that, I'd like to introduce Emma Pavey, who is our new Community Governance Manager, acting since Chris, just without any backward look, just deserted us and went off to the wilds and exotic places of Burwood Pegasus. So welcome, Emma. We've got no photo, but we have got two new members of the community board. Melanie Coker has been demoted to council, and along with that we have Kia Leslie, named after Kia Hardy. We have Kia Leslie and Callum Ward Stewart from Addington, Kia from Cashmere, as two new community board members, both of them young, both of them with full, obviously full-time employment, and it's which makes our job of fitting them into community meetings a little bit more difficult, but so worthwhile. And that leaves Lee Sampson, who is the new deputy chair, and me, who are the returning members of the board. We have no Part A, and we have a relatively brief report. I just wanted to say what a joy public forum is. I think it's one of the best new things, and it's not new anymore, of course, one of the new things that for council and for community boards, it's increasingly used by the community, and it's often the most interesting part of the meeting as they introduce new ideas and new voices to hear from the community. This last time our public forum had 3 people. One of them was a young woman. We had contributed to her attendance at the trampoline nationals. The things the kids do these days is just amazing, where she got a silver and a gold, and she's got 2 tramps in her backyard that are of Olympic standard. Good grief. I mean, it's just amazing what the kids do these days. And she reported on that, and then a parent concerned about wanting his daughter to bike to school and how safe it would be came and talked to us about possible ways of the bike track going from his place to Cashmere High. And David Drayton, who's had a long relationship with our community board, reporting on the Huntsbury Community Centre. It's so interesting, and I intend to include the public forum participants in our reports from now on. We have, what have we got there? We've got junior hoops. Emma's past job was recreation advisor, and she has been instrumental in in acknowledging the growth of basketball. Basketball now has passed rugby in popularity for participation, and it has been a big thing in our ward, particularly in the Hoonhay Rowley area. And the courts that we assisted the young men in getting built, and with lights, are used constantly by people, because basketball can be played by one person, it can be played by teams. In this case, it was the junior hoops, 29 3x3 basketball competition, and that was organised by Emma and was, as always, a big success. The winning teams came from the Rowley area. The Edible and Sustainable Awards that was mentioned by the previous board, Sustainable has been added to the title. It was a bit of a battle, but we got there. It's always had a sustainable component, but now it's in the title, and I think these awards will become increasingly important in raising awareness about about the change, climate change, etc. And I think we should be really emphasising very much the rainwater gardens and so on. The Addington Heritage app has been given a soft launch in Addington. It's a great place to have a soft launch. Addington is the home of several old rockers, and we have some great music at the occasions in Addington that we have. Great music. And, did we have to go so fast?
Sorry.
God, awful. So the Addington Heritage app was given a soft launch, and this is an app that I've got on my phone, and it's an effort to get things onto my phone because I don't understand it. But you press the button and it gives you anything that you want to look at in Addington, and it tells you where to go and how to get there and what it's about. There was an Irish, how do I pronounce that? Fish, is it? In the Domain in Spreydon, that's where the Irish Hall is, next door to the Baha'i Hall. This was attended by over 1,000 people and was very popular, as are all things Irish. And a great time was had by all. And the Craycroft Community Centre celebrated 40 years in the old stone house. What a magnificent building, what a great effort. I went along to this. They had a live jazz event to celebrate the 40 years, and we supported it with an off-the-ground fund, and it was great fun, and it was very enjoyable. And we had the Addington Fun Fair, which attracted between 2,500 and 3,000 visitors. I was Tweedledum again. I think this is the 6th year. I'm always Tweedledum. I'm never Tweedledee. Anybody who says that's appropriate, I'll see you out the back. And that's how Alan Hudson, a long-standing stalwart of St Mary's Church. It's always very popular, and again, the old rockers and young rockers in our neighbourhood produce wonderful music at this fair. Thank you, and that's it.
Very good. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Melanie?
Just on the app, because there was a grant from the Innovation and Sustainability Fund from Council towards it, and anyone can just get it on their phone now, and it has information about history, about the different buildings in the area. You can do like self-guided tours and all sorts of stuff on that app, so it's really, really cool. So anyone can get it on any device, so just let you know.
I forgot to mention something that Anne raised, and that was the naming of Ngāpuanawai. I was on the hearing panel that named Ngāpuanawai several years ago, along with Mike. And what was his name? The councillor? Bob Shearing. And I pushed for it to be named Ngāpuanawai, and I'm glad I did. But the name has shifted, and because Ngāpuanawai is now divided in half. And the place that should probably have retained the name Ngāpuanawai in its reference to water was the area that staff refer to as the Wigram Basin, in the absence of anything else. And the athletic area probably should have been given another name, which reflected maybe the activities on the park. I wouldn't presuppose anything like that. So we are left with Ngāpuanawai in the athletics area, which is great, that's fine. But we are left with no name around the water further up. And so it would be really nice if we made a deliberate decision on the naming of it, because there's something really not attractive about the name Wigram Basin. So it would be nice if we, instead of name creep, it would be nice if we made a positive decision about the name we were going to call that part of the land.
Very good. Pauline?
Just on the Sustainable Edible Garden Awards too, and I'm really pleased that you've picked that up from the Waipapa Papanui initiative.
Yes, but the sustainable was added by us in the title.
Yes, and we've added, well, we wanted to start ours as a sustainable award, but advice was that may put a lot of people off in the beginning. We've now introduced a sustainable category as well, which is basically organic. But at our leadership day, we had reps from Housing New Zealand there, and they told us that they are getting a lot of Housing New Zealand tenants really keen to enter. And I was just wondering if you're finding that as well.
Yeah, we have a presentation from Housing New Zealand on this issue about their participation in the Garden Awards.
Yeah.
And there are some of our housing units in Spreydon, because Spreydon's got the most City Council housing units, and some of the housing units in our ward are absolutely ferociously competitive about their gardens.
Yeah,
and we think it's great that they're picking it up.
Yeah, fantastic. That's good. And just also, while we're talking about naming, we're going to be needing a name for our community centre in St Albans, so I don't know what the process is for that. John, do you know?
If we could stay concentrate on Waihoro just for a moment.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, okay. Tim moved and Melanie second. Sorry. All right. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you.